Welcome everyone to another Arms Against Tyranny Dev Diary. In this episode we'll examine historical Sweden, land of paradox. Let's begin with how Sweden starts, because as with Finland they'll have a different leader at the start as well. So, Axel Persson Bramstorp will be the leader at the start, but not for long, since you'll be able to pick between 4 leaders at the beginning of the focus tree. And also Sweden had an election in 1936 appointing Per Albin Hansen for a few months until you get another election, again at the end of summer, or you can pick Gustav Bagge, the right-leaning leader. That would seemingly require not having a government for a while, I guess, but then you could have Ernst Wigforss as your leader. Sweden will have the Hunger Skuld national spirit, meaning hunger shield, mocking the Entente embargo during World War I. This will give you a risk of strike events if your stability is below 65% and catastrophic riots if it's under 30%. At least it tells you what the risk is, unlike the regular strike and desertion events. And when Paradox says the riots will have catastrophic consequences, they mean it. I mean, look at this. But Paradox has put safeguards in place so that you won't be stuck with this instantly when you dip below 30%, so that's a great precaution. There's also Folkhemmet, the communist name of Sweden and now one of their national spirits. It gives bonuses for what ordinary people want and penalties for what the military does, but that can be reversed eventually with some focuses. I have to mention the usual more states, RIP Lapland, tons of generals and a few admirals, and a myriad of advisors. One of them costs nothing to hire and will gain traits based on the Abba Parmstiernas War Against Inequality decisions, so that's gonna be interesting. Also, to make the game more historically accurate, some resources will be reshuffled, so that means that Sweden will have lots more resources and Portugal, France and Germany will have a lot less. So they have to be more reliant on Sweden like they were in real life. The industrial branch kinda looks like Yugoslavia's political branch because of so many mutually exclusive stuff and the dots instead of the lines connecting focuses. There's not much else to say. Obviously you get factories and building speed bonuses and stuff, but also a bit of ideology change as well. The left path is aligned with social democratic policies, whereas the right path is more suited for right-wing playthroughs. You'll get some flavor events, such as when the Soviet Union accidentally bombed Sweden, which can escalate into dragging Sweden into the war even. On the military branch, as the barometer falls, gives you a national spirit that gives you 0.35 experience of every kind daily for 4 years. I have a feeling that's gonna be nerfed before release because that's really good for getting doctrines and spirits of the army/navy/air force without having to appoint chiefs. Also, we get the first 7-day focus in vanilla, mobilization of society, which gives some manpower and construction speed and takes some stability and war support. Also, it seems national spirits will guide you about how many and how recent your guns are, so you can progress through the paths. When the winter war starts, you'll have the option to send volunteers, get Åland while Finland is powerless to resist, or get actively involved. If you get actively involved and take Leningrad, the Soviets will have access to one more country crippling national spirit, as if they didn't have enough already. There's a mobile HQ national spirit and state modifier that gives lots of surrender limit, but if the invaders capture the state the boss is currently in, your leader will die. You can, I guess, puppet each Nordic nation and change your name to Nordic Defense Council, and either centralize Nordic Army Command, which has literally no benefits, or decentralize it, giving extensive conscription for free and a pretty decent national spirit to every Nordic country. Also, I see Copenhagen will have its name changed to the Danish version, which is Copenhagen, and apparently Estonia isn't a Nordic country in Hoi 4 either. Late game focuses are the usual, like hating the Soviets, developing nukes you're not gonna use, attack bonuses for countries that are 10 times more powerful than you, and so on. That's it for now for Sweden, so see you guys in the next video and subscribe. Goodbye everyone.